So hello everyone, welcome to Her Future Summit 2020. We're starting 8:30 a.m. on the dot. Hopefully everyone's excited for today. We have such a crazy lineup of speakers that's going to be connecting with you throughout the day. So how's everyone feeling? I see a lot of people is already introducing themselves in the chat feed. Say where you're coming in from. You know, we are featuring speakers from all over the world, but attendees are across 60 different countries on this session today. So definitely introduce yourself. Say where you're calling in. Are you calling from Ghana, Nigeria, the US, Dubai? Introduce yourself on the call. We would love to hear where you're coming in from. We're excited to welcome you, and to all our speakers and panelists, stakeholders and partners, welcome as well. So here we are, Her Future Summit 2020. Let's kick it off. Hope you guys are excited. Can I get a virtual clap, a virtual excitement, virtual engagement? I think everyone's feeling it right now. We're all at home. We're all engaged. We're here. We're ready. Her Future Summit 2020. Let's get started. So let's continue to get you guys ready for the day. Now, as stated before, you probably heard all the marketing, all the hype. People are seeing the articles that's already coming out about this event. 100 speakers, sessions, influencers are going to be speaking with you today, and 1,000 different digital delegates. I see everyone's pinging in. For those of you who are logging in right now, welcome to the Her Future Summit community. We're excited to welcome you to the session today. So it's a packed agenda. We're too excited to welcome you guys for the day. Now, to give you a bit of brief, the global startup ecosystem is the powerhouse that's bringing you this session. We do summits all over the world. The global startup ecosystem has been around since 2015, and over the past couple of years, we have expanded our reach and global tech summits around the world. This year, in fact, we were scheduled to have 54 tech summits around the world. As you can imagine, we are living in very, very curious times right now, especially what's happening with, unfortunately, the coronavirus epidemic that's hit the world around the world. Everyone's facing it. Everyone's at home. Everyone's quarantined. But there is a silver lining to this, that this is a time for you to reflect, to engage, to reassess, and see how you can spend more time with the people that you love, how you're able to engage in communities like this one online to skill up, relearn, re-inspire yourself about what's happening around the world, and also be there for your influencers and your community during this time. And so we're really excited to still host this session. Keep in mind, Her Future Summit was scheduled to be in 7 cities around the world this year. That's DC, New York, San Francisco, London, Dubai, Haiti, and Ghana. Due to the coronavirus epidemic, we decided to galvanize all our speakers who were scheduled for these talks, all our attendees who are ready to show up in person to have a great time, to one virtual summit with 100 speakers and 1,000 delegates. So applause to all of you for being a part of this, making this happen, still strong for 2020. So thank you so much. And we're so proud of the GSC team to have you guys all doing this with us together. So let's go over a couple of housekeeping details in the end, because again, there's so many sessions for the day. There's so much to go over. We want to make sure that you guys are ready for what's in store. So with that, a couple of housekeeping, right? First and foremost, we have the GSC team on the call to support you throughout the day. Right? You're welcome to engage with them on the call, on the chat feed for the program. So when it comes to the GSC team, so that way they're easily for you to identify, they are titled GSC team and they're in their name. Global Startup Ecosystem is the host organization for this global virtual summit. We are the world's first and largest digital accelerator. We have been running digital accelerators for the past 6 years. So we're so excited again to bring you this program virtually so you can still engage with this content. Of course, we have chapter communities from around the world. So ONAM, who's on the team, will be able to engage with all of you throughout the day. If you want to be invited and join this digital community, we have chapter meetups all over the world, so that way you'll be able to engage with this community that you're engaging with today, even after the program. We work with tons of corporate partners, tons of government stakeholders and influencers and media networks from around the world. Hence, you see why the lineup was so dynamic with all these different speakers from across different industry sectors on the program. So hopefully you're excited. But we're all here for Her Future Summit 2020. And the theme for Her Future Summit 2020 is future of work and business. I know you feel it. There's so many adjustments happening right now. The entire world is at a standstill. Businesses are closed, careers are being redefined. Unfortunately, there are massive layoffs. Businesses are struggling to keep up. This is a very challenging time, but where there are challenges, there are also opportunities. So a lot of the sessions that you're going to be hearing throughout the day today are here to not only inspire you, but also to inspire you to understand the skills you need to have, the strategies you need to have, the perspective you need to have during this time. So the theme for 2020, I want to reiterate to all of you on the session today, is the future of work and business. And we hope that you find it valuable. All the speakers are going to come to you today with these perspectives. Even our exhibitors and pitchers will be expressing their thoughts and perspectives as to how you could get ready for what's happening this year. Now, you received the brochure. All of you probably already received the brochure, which outlines the entire summer day. But of course, for those of you who did not read the brochure, I'm going to quickly run through it so that way you're aware of what the contents are, so you can know how packed and engaging the agenda will be for today. Of course, this is a live virtual program, so we're all tuned in virtually. We have had dynamic speakers in person from around the world join us at previous tech summits at the Global Startup Ecosystem, including Ben Horowitz, who's the investor in Facebook and Airbnb, Tim Draper, billionaire investor into Skype, Jack Dorsey, who is the founder of Twitter. Today, I know a lot of you are excited with our headliner speakers from Deloitte, from Ntim Robotics. Sophia, the robot, will be speaking with all of you today for the first time. So there's a lot of engaging headliners that will be on the call today. And of course, this is an all-day session, 8:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. So hopefully you have your water, your drinks, your pencils, your notes. Have everything ready, because you're not going to want to move from your seat. Of course, we'll have moments so we can do our stretches, give you some breaks. But again, it's a very dynamic agenda for the day. As stated before, one of our headline speakers is Sophia, the celebrity robot. Now, many of you probably know a lot about Sophia. I won't get into the introductions now. I'll give you guys a brief introduction of Sophia later on. But this is, ladies and gentlemen, we are making history today, because this is Sophia's first virtual keynote. Her first virtual keynote. She has been speaking at conferences all over the world, at the World Economic Forum, at the United Nations. She was the first robot to gain citizenship in history from Saudi Arabia. So this is a dynamic speaker coming from Ntim Robotics today. Her first virtual keynote, so you guys are all a part of history right now to have her on the call. Of course, we have keynote speaker, Dr. Terry Cooper from Deloitte, the Chief Inclusion Officer, who will be speaking and giving insights as well today. So we're excited to have her. And as stated before, we have over 100 different sessions with dynamic speakers from Deloitte, JP Morgan, United Nations, Salesforce, Google, LinkedIn, MasterCard, Citibank, JP Morgan. I mean, YMCA, the list goes on and on. SAP, the US government, the ambassador from South Africa. I mean, you have a series of communities all coming together today. So hopefully you guys are pumped for that. So we're going to kick it off today with obviously the morning agenda. We have back-to-back speakers that's going to be scheduled in to give you guys perspective on how to get ready for the times. And then we're going to continue into a whole hour session about motherhood, womanhood, and business, because this is a session for women, right? So all my ladies, can you please give a shout out and show who you are? Let them know that ladies still run this. This is the last day of International Women's Month. Can I get a virtual engaging hello to all my ladies around the world, my mothers, the women in tech, the business in tech, the pioneers, the moguls, all of you. This day is for you. Keep in mind, we celebrate women 365 days a year, but we just want to make sure Her Future Summit, International Women's Day, on the last day, this is to engage all of you. So we have a whole hour session where we're going to talk about all the different things that we should be talking about as women, whether it's marriage, family, how do you balance business, how you get perspective. And to my men on the call, our mothers, our sisters, our daughters are on this call. You want to hear this as well. So get ready for that powerhouse hour of dynamic mothers, women who are dominating industries of all kinds from around the world. So this is a packed agenda for this hour session. Of course, we're going to transition to our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful sponsors, partners from the NYU Office of Global Inclusion. You're going to hear a dynamic speaker, Dr. Lisa Coleman. I can't wait to introduce her in 2 hours because she's going to have a powerhouse 45-minute virtual talk to go over so many pioneering details that you guys need to learn. Obviously, NYU is one of the top institutions in the world, so we're so excited to have her join us this morning. And of course, we'll continue on into the afternoon where we're going to transition to Sophia and the panel. We'll talk about the future of AI and different topics that I know you guys are excited for. And then we move on to the funding panel where we have dynamic speakers for that session. And then we, of course, have a corporate speaker lineup of all those powerhouse companies that we discussed from today. And of course, we end with some inspiring and thought-provoking entrepreneurs who are coming in from Haiti, Ghana, Virginia, Dubai. I mean, there's a breadth of entrepreneur speakers. And then, of course, we end with the pitch competition. These 3 pitchers were able to pitch and generate close to 2,000 votes from around the world to be able to present to you and to hear their pitches for 2 minutes each. It's an exciting, exciting session. And that's going to be powered by Forbes 8, which I am so excited to introduce to you all later on today, a little bit more about what Forbes 8 does around the world. So again, I want to give a huge shout out to our diamond sponsor, NYU Office of Global Inclusion, dynamic institution that will be speaking to all of you today. They are our diamond sponsor that made this free and accessible to all of you on the call today. So thank you so much to NYU. You'll be hearing from them team later on. And of course, we want to give a big, big shout out to Hanson Robotics for bringing Sophia to us, so that way you guys can engage with her. So real huge thank you to Ntim Robotics. As stated before, this is the lineup of speakers from across all these different companies that you're going to hear today. Of course, some of you know that there's going to be a lot of training today on SMEs, startups, and career details. So it's a packed session of keynotes and inspiration. But here we are, Her Future Summit.